don't work in the same economy that a lot of other people do, in the prestige economy. You wanted prestige when you asked Cambridge for that fellowship, and you sort of invited that little embarrassment on yourself because you asked for it. Because although you declared
Well,
war,
they said I asked for it, but that wasn't exactly.
well, if you didn't, you didn't. But you declared war on a class of institution, a higher education, to then ask for or expect or be pleased to receive baubles from institutions that you had declared war on struck me as very odd and obviously destined for, a mess.
That's an interesting point. Might
and
have
it's
been
because
a moment of like false optimism.
I don't think it's false optimism. I think it's because you still live in the prestige economy, because I think that stuff matters to you. And I think that you'd probably prefer to see these institutions fixed and to have a prestigious place within one of them, rather than to see them burnt to the ground, as so many conservatives and progressives seem to want. They just want to tear up higher education. I don't think you want that. I think you want to fix it, and I think you want to be a crown.
Well, I think generally speaking, that fixing things is better than burning them to the ground.
Well, I think you want to fix them, and I think you want to be one of their crown jewels, and I think you operate in the prestige economy in a way that I simply don't. And that gives me power, because I don't care. I don't, that's sort of like a scandal from which you will not recover. Is there somebody in polite society who will invite me to a dinner party, who won't invite me to a dinner party now, who would have in January 2017? No. Is there a TV show that will have me on, that won't have me on now, that would have in January 2017? No. I mean, I had a blip on Bill Maher because of the college tour, but there was no hope in hell, no way in hell I was ever going to get a TV show or anything like that, because unlike you, I can't bite my tongue. And you I think are I see you maneuvering in a way that suggests that you want to do a lot of good and you're prepared to make some compromises in order to have a platform from which to do a lot of good in a lot of places. I'm a purist, and we differ in that, because I can't bite my tongue. And if I'm across the table from somebody who is an odious piece of, I'm like, I'm going to tell them. And it's always, it's my greatest asset and my greatest weakness. But it's because I'm a purist in a way that you're not. And I don't live in that prestige economy that the rest of you all live in. And you all live in it. The whole conservative libertarian media ecosystem, you all crave prestige.
Well, what do you mean by the prestige economy exactly? Like
position, recognition, titles, being a part of a sort of alternative polite society. You don't want to be excised from the church, because if you did, you wouldn't have signed up with CAA. You want to be part of the church, and I don't. And it can be very difficult for people who are part of the prestige economy, but people who want the TV show, want the fancy agent, want this, want that, and they want to fix and rule these institutions. It can be very difficult for those people to truly understand someone like me, who genuinely can't imagine anything worse. I cannot imagine anything more awful than having to make the sorts of constant compromises in what I say and do in order to maintain a position, because I know it's doomed anyway. Look at Roger Scruton. Did nothing wrong. He is beyond reproach. He is, he is the foremost conservative intellectual of his generation. And they just got him for saying something utterly innocuous in an interview. They're going to get you anyway. Nothing bad has happened to you yet, but it's going to. And I don't say that with any pleasure whatsoever. I sincerely do not, because I think...
Well, I've been expecting that for a very long period of time. Well, I'd say many bad things have happened to me. They just haven't taken me out.
Not really. I mean, in compared to what some of us have gone through, whether it's Laura or me or whatever, or Alex Jones or whatever, nothing really bad has happened.
Well, fair enough. Yes. It does depend on your comparison group.
Well, they are allowing you to grow. I'll tell you what they're doing with you, what they did with me, which is you allow this phenomenon to blossom up to the point you cannot bear it any longer, and then you crush it. And that is a horrifying warning to others.